Okay, let's dive into this. Did you know that thousands of high-quality producers fail internationally simply because they can't find the right partner? Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are tackling one of the highest stakes challenges facing ambitious entrepreneurs today, which is finding genuine, reliable international buyers for your business. Look, producing a fantastic product, whether that's high-quality ready-made garments, pharmaceuticals, leather goods, or IT services, that is an incredible achievement. But let's be totally honest here. Producing a great product alone absolutely does not guarantee export success. Your sustainable growth depends on establishing long-term relationships with trustworthy partners, and that's exactly what we're going to master today.
So here is our roadmap for getting there. We're going to start with the International Buyer Challenge, then look at getting your business export ready. After that, we'll dive into finding genuine international buyers, spotting frauds and scams, retaining those buyers, and finally, how TNIB can help. We are entirely moving away from that old spray and pray approach toward a highly structured, professional export strategy. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the International Buyer Challenge. Why is it so hard? Well, if you've ever tried breaking into global markets, you're probably intimately familiar with the frustration this whole phase brings.
I mean, it is incredibly discouraging to send out thousands of emails into the void and hear absolutely nothing back, right? A lot of exporters experience this deep frustration simply because they focus on quantity over quality. They're up against fierce global competition, yet they lack proper digital visibility, and they just don't have the established networks required to actually stand out. When you're just a random name on a screen without a proven brand, breaking through that barrier is exceptionally tough.
And this brilliantly illustrates where so many entrepreneurs go wrong. There's this persistent myth out there that finding buyers just means sending thousands of unsolicited generic emails or, throwing up an account on a couple of B2B directories and just waiting for the phone to ring. The reality is vastly different. Successful exporters follow a highly structured export marketing strategy. It's built on real credibility, targeted market research, optimized digital visibility, and continuous active relationship building.
Which brings us to Section 2, getting your business export ready. Because before you look outward, you absolutely must look inward at your own operations. Searching for buyers before your business is fully prepared is honestly one of the biggest mistakes you can make. It boils down to 3 crucial steps. Step 1 is internal capacity. You need consistent product quality, the right production volume, and professional packaging. Step 2 requires a flawless digital profile, meaning a professional company history, clear manufacturing details, and the right certifications. And Step 3 involves having your export documentation and quality systems entirely locked down. Think of it like applying for a massive bank loan. International buyers are evaluating your financial stability and delivery performance long before they even glance at your price tag. They want dependable suppliers, not just the absolute cheapest rate.
Think about this metaphor for a second. Your website is your international showroom, because international buyers are almost always going to verify you online before replying to an email. Your website can't just be a basic landing page. Actually, scratch that. It needs to be a fully export-oriented experience. We're talking detailed product catalogs, technical specs, factory information, downloadable brochures, and of course, it has to be fully mobile responsive. A poorly designed website literally discourages serious buyers from doing business with you. So now that our house is in order, let's move to Section 3, finding genuine international buyers. We're going to synthesize a few different strategies to help you identify the right outbound partners. Let's leverage our digital tools strategically to actively generate leads rather than just passively waiting around. Instead of a broad web search, use targeted Google searches, things like frozen seafood buyers in Japan or pharmaceutical importers in Brazil. Invest in search engine optimization so buyers actually find you first. Utilize LinkedIn to connect directly with procurement specialists and focus on relationship building there, not immediate hard selling. Also, while international B2B platforms are useful, they should really just be one piece of your broader puzzle, which should definitely include publishing professional blogs and case studies to build up your industry authority. But hey, don't just stay hidden behind a computer screen. Tapping into institutional support drastically improves your odds of securing a long-term partnership. Go to physical international trade fairs for that crucial face-to-face trust building. Join government-organized trade missions to get direct access to pre-screened foreign importers. You should also be leveraging the networks of local and foreign chambers of commerce, reaching out to the commercial wings of embassies for market intelligence, and getting involved in structured buyer-seller matchmaking programs. A face-to-face meeting elevates your credibility in a way that an email simply never will. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is that it highlights a massive risk. One of the deadliest mistakes exporters make is depending way too heavily on just one buyer or a single country. Think about it. Economic shifts, political changes, or new trade regulations can wipe out a single market literally overnight. To build a sustainable strategy, you have to target multiple emerging regions. There's immense potential in Latin American countries like Brazil and Mexico, the Middle East, growing African markets like South Africa and Kenya, and strong Asian markets like Japan. Diversifying across these regions significantly reduces your risk while multiplying your growth opportunities. Of course, as we expand globally, we enter a pretty high-drama phase. Section 4. Spotting frauds and scams. It's time to protect your business because, let's face it, not every overseas company that contacts you is a genuine buyer, and export fraud can lead to absolute financial ruin.
The difference is usually pretty clear once you know what to look for. A genuine buyer is transparent. They have a verifiable physical address, they use a professional corporate email domain, they have realistic purchasing requirements, and they negotiate professionally. In direct contrast, scammers wave massive red flags right away. They might place an unusually large order with zero negotiation. They use free email accounts. They dodge or flat out refuse video calls. They might pressure you to ship urgently, demand strange advanced fees for permits, and they almost always avoid signing formal legal contracts.
And that brings us to rule number 1. The absolutely biggest mistake you can make is failing to conduct proper due diligence. Never, ever assume an overseas inquiry is genuine without verifying it first. Before you accept an order or negotiate a price, you have to verify their company registration, check their import history, request trade references, and confirm their banking information. Due diligence is literally your best shield against financial loss.
All right, assuming you found a great partner, welcome to Section 5, Retaining Your International Buyers. This is all about the long game. Sustainable export growth comes from long-term relationships, not just one-off transactions. Let's move on and see how this builds a lasting partnership, because retaining buyers requires continuous, dedicated effort. Step 1. You must deliver exactly as agreed, maintaining consistent product quality in every single shipment. Step 2. Maintain complete transparency. If there's a production delay, tell them immediately. An honest heads up is valued way more than a comforting lie. Step 3. When complaints happen, and they will, resolve them quickly and professionally. And Step 4. Invite your buyers to visit your factory. Maintain regular communication even when there isn't an active order. Treat them like true partners, not just customers.
This quote really anchors everything we've been talking about today. Trust is the foundation of international business. Buyers often evaluate the quality of your communication before they even assess your product. Professional, honest communication and actually delivering on your promises matter infinitely more than aggressive selling tactics. Taking a temporary loss of business because you were honest about a delay is vastly preferable to permanently destroying your company's international reputation.
Now, building this level of trust, expanding globally, and managing all these moving parts, it's a lot, right? It can be pretty daunting. And that brings us to our final section, Section 6, how TNIB can help act as your guiding mentor through this entire roadmap.
Navigating international trade requires deep market intelligence and extensive networks. TNIB is not just some standard vendor you hire for a quick task. They operate as an end-to-end trusted strategic partner. They're entirely committed to ethical practices and long-term sustainable export growth for entrepreneurs, SMEs, and institutions alike.
And they offer some incredibly comprehensive blended solutions. They start with an export readiness assessment and strategy development. They do the heavy lifting of buyer verification and due diligence to keep you safe from fraud. They actively facilitate buyer-seller matchmaking and B2B meetings, but they also provide the crucial tech support, like developing your export-oriented website, managing your SEO, and crafting your international brand profile. It's a complete, holistic consulting and mentoring solution designed specifically for businesses entering the global arena.
So, the crucial point is really captured in this powerful testimonial from Mostafizur Rahman, the founder and CEO of CanBiz Inc. over in Canada. He says, TNIB's commitment to quality execution and ethical practice makes them a reliable partner for organizations seeking sustainable growth. He highlights their strategic insight, market understanding, and hands-on support. When international clients recognize a consulting firm for its quality execution and ethical practice, that is an immense credibility booster for any local exporter who partners with them. TNIB reduces your market entry risks and just accelerates your growth through proven, reliable execution.
At the end of the day, finding genuine international buyers isn't about luck. It's the direct outcome of careful planning, professional branding, and persistent relationship building. The global demand for products is absolutely massive out there, but success demands preparation. By partnering with experts like T&I, preparing rigorously, and leading with professionalism, the world is open to you. So here's the real question to leave you with. The genuine international buyers are out there searching for reliable partners right now. Is your business ready to be found?